What's going on, guys? My name is DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now, for your daily dose of Hulk, aka the Jade Giant. Today's item is not actually Hulk. It is one of his arch enemies, his major rivals, the one and only Abomination. Abomination has been around the block for a very long time. He's been fighting Hulk for dozens and dozens of years now. And there are a few different Abomination figures out there. A lot of good ones, actually. And today's specific figure is going to be from Marvel Select, from Diamond Select, the company. And again, when it comes to Marvel Select stuff, they are just chunky, beefy boys. All the big boys are just giant, huge chunks of plastic. And I absolutely love it. I'm all here for it. So this Abomination came out a very, very long time ago. Probably like, I want to say 15 years ago. They keep re-releasing him because he's just so sought after and wanted. And I will show you what he looks like right now. Okay, so here is the big boy himself, the Abomination. This figure is just absolutely gigantic. He's about, I would say, 9 inches tall, extremely heavy. Probably the heaviest actual figure I own. I don't think there's even a Hulk action figure that's heavier than this guy. I mean, he is just humongous. The sculpt on him is amazing. I love the scales and ribs all on the sides, and the ears look amazing. All the rivets all throughout his mouth and cheeks. The texturing is just absolutely amazing. I mean, his arms are just huge. I mean, you're talking 2 inches of bis and tris right there. Design of Abomination has fluctuated throughout the years. This one, when it first came out, basically people were iffy about a certain couple decisions that they made. Specifically in regards to the nails. I mean, Abomination's toes, and he doesn't really have 5 toes normally. So that was a little weird for them. I think Abomination actually usually has 2. I'm pretty sure he just has 2 giant toes that come out like this. But they decided to go with actual feet and nails, which I don't mind the decision. I like variations of figures, and when companies take liberties of things. But nails look great, good paint application. And again, when I show you this back, I mean, look at the scales and stuff on this. It's just absolutely amazing. Now, as for sculpt, I mean, he's just seriously awesome. For posing and articulation, you're really not going to get much out of these figures. I mean, the arms will move. The single joints on the elbows, they will, go maybe 90 degrees. You can turn the wrists. There's no articulation in the wrist. You can have a little waist swivel. You have swivels in the legs. And you don't have any ankle pivots, but you do have the forward and backward motion of the feet. So as for posing, you're really not going to get much out of him. But he's basically like a statue. I mean, if you use him as an actual like toy to play with, you're gonna destroy whatever toys you're going against him with, because he's just so heavy and like it's insane. As for paint, the paint is just absolutely ridiculous. I think the paint job is amazing. Look at the detail in the teeth. No flaws. Dry brushing throughout. Greens. A little bit of grays and blacks and light greens and yellows. Just an absolutely fantastic paint job. Price, yeah, I think it was like $35 when he first came out. You can probably find him around the same, maybe a little bit more. Maybe upwards to $50. For sure, definitely worth it if you're an Abomination fan, a Hulk fan. As for size comparison, I will bring in. Now these Hulks are not small. They are, chunky, really good builds. But this really just shows you just the absolute size difference between the two. It is crazy. That's a size difference. Overall, absolute must get if you're an Abomination fan. For sure. Now for a topic of today that, I thought I'd bring up and discuss, because I normally don't talk after my normal reviews, but I thought, why not? Let's talk about different topics and discuss some things. I think it'll be fun. So let's talk about collection space. Now, I'm guessing, if you're an action figure collector, statue collector, I'm not sure if you are a collector, maybe you're just watching because you like watching this stuff. But if you do end up actually like collecting your own having your own collection, space is essential. I mean, there's so many collectors out there that have to be so picky with what they get because you don't have the space for it. So, some people have the luxury of buying 10 items and they can place those 10 items in their collection. But some people, might only have to pick one item out of that 10 because they don't have the space for it. Or are you one of those people that, have the space and decide to spread out their stuff and not have it as jumbled? Because collections vary. I mean, some collections have, really spaced out things and look super like neat, organized. Other collections are very, hoarder-esque, and they're just bulked together and you can't tell one piece from another because they're so close to each other. And then there's like a happy medium where you have a lot of stuff like me, but you keep it organized and it still looks tidy and neat. But for me personally, it is a struggle when you amass the amount of a collection that I have. The amount of like time and effort it took just to piece together every single section of the collection and figuring out what area is best for what certain figure, and to where it still looks neat and organized. And for me, even with the collection I have, it's going to get to the point where I will definitely be running out of room. But what I love about it, like a puzzle, and it's so fun to just find that little spot that's perfect for that specific figure that you get. And for me, when I started putting the collection together and organizing it, it was really fun to, space out larger figures and smaller figures, to make it look neat and organized. But man, let me tell you, it is very, very, very difficult. So in regards to you and your collection, what type of collection do you have? Do you have it to where you can display it? I mean, some people just have storage and they just put it in a room and keep it boxed up and put away because there's no availability to display their collection. Do you think that's worth having a collection when you can't display it? Do you downsize that collection to where it fits the room that it's in? Or do you not care? Do you not care that it's just, boxed away, and you keep telling yourself, maybe one day, like, I'll pull it out and I'll have it set up, but that day just keeps never coming, and, weeks and weeks and years go by. Do you actually ever really appreciate that collection? Everybody's different. Everybody has their ways of doing things. But if you're a Hulk collector, I mean, what's your Hulk collection like? Is it organized? Is it big? On the Facebook forums and the groups, I love looking at collections. I think it's so fun. I take pride in being a fan and being part of a community that feels the same way I do with their collections. And if you have your collection, tell me what it's like. Tell me, what type of collection it is, how big it is, if you have adequate space for it. But for me, space is absolutely essential. It's everything. And I have Ninja Turtle stuff. I have like the entire NECA Ninja Turtle collection, all the movie, all the 90 cartoon series. I have all that, and I can't display it. So I mostly display my raft stuff, but I have hundreds and hundreds of turtle figures that are just boxed away because I don't have the space. I don't have the place to put them right now. So for me, telling myself, is it worth, collecting those Ninja Turtles just to have them and not display them? Just knowing that they're there, is that enough? I question that about myself all the time, whether or not it's, worth selling. But that's it. That's my video for today. Space is essential, and I'm fortunate enough to have a very large area to display my stuff, but I didn't always have it like that. Every single place that I went to, that I moved into, gradually got a little bit bigger. But everybody starts somewhere, and the space that I had in the beginning was very, very difficult to display stuff. And then having a girlfriend or wife or husband, on board with how you feel, that's a whole different topic for another day. But that's another thing. You have to have a spouse that enjoys your passion, or at least like seeing you happy about your passion. Because personally, if I didn't have the supportive wife that I had, and if she didn't care about my feelings or how I felt, then I would never have the opportunity to have the display that I have. But I'm very, very, very blessed and lucky to have a wife that, loves me for me and lets me display my stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little bit longer one. So some of these videos I'm going to be, discussing topics and giving opinions on things. I hope you enjoy this type of stuff. I hope you enjoyed the Abomination. It's a badass figure. If you don't have it and you are a Hulk fan and you collect his villains, 100% definitely pick that bad boy up. He is awesome, and super heavy. Okay, so again, look out for daily content of Hulk, and smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you enjoy my content, and I will introduce more topics in my videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Peace.